Hey everybody, Mickey here. Let's continue on with the exploration of Besaid village here. First start off by talking to these guys.
Hey, you! You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
Really know
If Sin's
what I
nearby,
would hide.
it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin.
Yeah,
Tell him who we
kind
are.
of fallen back on that
Yes, sir! The
excuse for a
Crusaders
while.
are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
That is
Well,
an
we've steered
appropriate
Sin away from
response,
towns
Jesus.
many times. And that's all we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect the temples, towns, villages, and people of Spira.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It
Hey,
does seem
I'm
rather
right
bad.
here.
We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember.
He's so rude.
Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
Maybe, perhaps, he will. Anyway, one thing I do appreciate about Gata, and just the style of Final Fantasy X in general, is that if you'll notice, Gata has a haircut that's, I mean, kind of surfaced up in, I would say, actually, at least here in Seattle, 2014, 2015, pretty popular. This game came out in 2001, real ahead of its time. Anyway, it's kind of important here. You'll see at the right where Gata's at, or Uzu, is that right? Well, the redhead, his ass, there's a little book here. It's one of the Albed Primers, number 2. They're actually held pretty much in numeric order, so that kind of gives a little bit of some guidance as to which ones that you can pick up, and if you're ahead and maybe you've forgotten one. Because there's there's 1 or 2 missable Albed Primers. She suffered from Sin's toxin as well? It doesn't look like it, but kind of a interesting. I guess I've never even read that piece of dialogue. If we go over here, this little west area, we can pick up a few treasure chests. What's this guy saying? Oh wow, I didn't even recognize that. This used to be a house, it looks like, and a Sin must have struck it, or struck the village, and it went down, but spoils to the victor. Yeah, what I like about Final Fantasy X is that speaking to NPCs actually gives some sort of rewards. Not like in any other Final Fantasy, at least for the most part. Not like having to do fetch quests all the time. But I figured I'd just talk to a few people, give you an idea of the world that we're in here. How does word spread so quickly? How does everybody know me? Oh, anyways. Somebody that you can go to for a little bit of guidance. Let's check out this little area right here. This would be the temple that we've been told to go to. Yeah, still a lot more cutscenes. There's a lot of cutscenes, and if I'm real honest, just not very much gameplay as far as the battle system goes for quite some time, for like hours into the game. I want to say even somewhere between...
It was then, standing in that place.
3 hours? 2 hours? Something like that? It takes a while.
I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
The one on the right there, it's actually interesting because He's actually very important in this world. We don't get to learn more about that for quite some time. Just like everything that I've been saying. Bit of a theme that I'm running into.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner?
I don't know why people are
gasping.
Seems like everyone in this town knows that I'm suffering from Sin's toxin as is, so I don't know why people are judging me for it, but hey, whatever, man.
It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
Yeah, this world is a hell of a lot different than...
So what he meant...
Xanarchy and playing lots of blitzball.
Was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
Highways and stadiums, and we'll going nuts over space hat, futuristic space hat people. Just, it's a lot different. Oh, okay, well, looks like we're not getting better anytime soon either, even if we did actually have this quote-unquote Sin's toxin. Well, anyways, that's as much as we can do here. Let's leave the temple and see if we can't go find Waka again. I love Besaid. It's so peaceful here. Oh. Suppose this isn't exactly Waka's tent, is it? It would be the next one down. But I believe that that hut will be traveling here in the near future. There's Waka.
Sorry, man. No time for lunch yet. Take a nap. You look pushed.
Yeah, well, I've been through a hell of a lot, man. Hey, don't take off your shoes or anything. No worries, that's fine. Can't animate that or figure out how to do that
see
yet.
how they are doing.
We can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly. But it's been nearly.
Jeez, triggered that.
Nearly a day already.
Triggered your memories that quick?
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you can tell, we're in one of
Who cares
Keith's
whether
memories
he comes
here.
back or not? But he might die. Fine, let him. Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
More of Tidus' past revealed. It wouldn't be JRPG without having some sort of trauma.
Waka?
Well, I mean, we may not have amnesia per se, but we're in a place that we don't know anything, and we're not really an orphan, but, you know, we know that we have problems with our dad, that's for sure. So, yeah, I'd say on par for your typical Final Fantasy and JRPG. Anyway.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Moving forward for the progress, we gotta head over here to talk with
Well,
Waka.
apprentice summoner, really.
Huh?
There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere, and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
A pretty
Sometimes, yes.
good question, actually.
Why don't you go in and help?
And when he says sometimes yes,
There's already guardians in there.
I question
Besides, it's
that.
forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
This,
The precepts must be obeyed.
I do question.
Like I care.
Why does Tidus care? Because Final Fantasy, that's
Maybe
why.
this wasn't such a good idea after all.
As a matter of fact, it's not. But it doesn't stop us from going in here. We're currently in our very first Cloister of Trials. A nice little puzzle that typically summoners have to go ahead and solve before reaching this quote-unquote place where they pray to see if they can't become an actual summoner or be accepted. Whatever explanation Waka gave. You want to check this first, and then now you want to touch this glyph. In here in the Cloister of Trials, it's just straightforward puzzles. However, it's nice. It makes you think a little bit. Let's go ahead and check this little area out here. This is what's known as a recess. At least that's what I call it. Glyphs, spheres, destruction spheres. Gonna be a lot of that. This first Cloister of Trial is pretty simple. Nothing advanced at all, really. And one big thing to note is that you can only carry one of those spheres. You'll see that Tidus' hand is glowing there. You can only carry one of them at a time, even though he has two hands. But anyways, we take the glyph, the sphere glyph, and a glyph sphere, whatever, we put it in the door, and we're able to kind of proceed along the ways here. So now, let's go a little bit further here, and we touch these symbols. We can get this door to move. If we're in here, we can go ahead and grab this Besaid sphere. There's not too much of a difference in spheres. This is all, like I said, just a puzzle and figuring out, making sure that you're putting things in the right place. So, but we take the Besaid sphere, we're gonna go ahead and put it here in this pedestal, and that unlocks the way for us to go ahead and push this pedestal into that shimmering little plate there. But before we do that, what I'd like to go ahead and do is go back a little bit and grab this Besaid sphere from the door. Now it's important to know that you can be able to do this, because in the Cloister of Trials, there's essentially two puzzles to solve here. We take this Besaid sphere, and I believe we're going to go ahead and put it right here. The two puzzles that I'm talking about is that there is the way to the Chamber of Faith, essentially what we just unlocked by... Eventually we would get there if we just push this pedestal into that shimmering plate. But there's also the Destruction Sphere puzzle. So here we can go ahead and grab this, head into this area where, if you remember, placing the Besaid sphere in here emanated all that energy. Well, if we do so with the Destruction Sphere, right the wall, behind the wall, right adjacent to it, blows up and reveals a nice little secret chest. Now, this is kind of important to keep in mind. I mean, I'm going to do this throughout the playthrough, so nothing too... You guys don't need to remember too much. We got a Rod of Wisdom. Neither Tidus and Waka can use it. Who can we possibly get that would use a rod? Anyway, it's important to know that getting these destruction spheres will be very mandatory for a specific side quest that comes up later on in the game. So I'll be doing them. I'll be doing them first time around, and And that'll be that.
To you. Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
Well, I guess it's not very okay.
So what about you?
Tidus is in here then.
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
That gesture. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm a guardian. I'm not really sure. That's what they call me.
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The guardian's in there now. One of them's got a sure fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
Why are you treating me so nicely, Waka? Kind of suspicious. You got a soft spot for me, huh?
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just...
Hi.
See, I told you she
My name's
doesn't have it
Tidus.
easy.
Tidus, I mean. Enough about me. Who are you?
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
It's a very good question. And why are you here? And why do you care? What are we doing? What's going on? Okay. Well, I guess all that stirring yielded this. Hey, go on. And it's Tidus. Tidus. Steamy?
I have become a summoner.
Okay, well, hey, congratulations. Great job. A little bit wet in there? Steamy? Wetty? I must have prayed her ass off.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
Jeez, man. Oh, man. Ended up being pretty hot. I think I'm gonna like this town. Oh.
Hey, over here!
Well, I was gonna say what we need to do is check out this, but thanks, Walker. Appreciate the direction.
What?
Again, with this, man.
Wait till you see this.
I can't see anything.
Are you like this with everybody? Jesus.
Ready?
Okay.
Gather around the whole town. Oh, they're pretty excited about this, I'm sure. Just like every Final Fantasy VII dramatic scenario. Drawn out. Here we meet our first summon. In this game, they're called Aeons. Other games are Espers, Eidolons. What else do they go by? The only two I can think of as of right now. Summons. But anyway, Yuna is a summoner here. Probably gave her name away pretty quick there. But we'll meet her here momentarily. Formally, I should say.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still. I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
We can go ahead and name it. I'm gonna name it Quizzicato, and
I remember
so that'll be that.
That night, we talked for the first time. I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed. For everyone. For me.
Yeah, if you remember at the very, very beginning of the game, Tidus is narrating the whole story to us. Kind of telling a story.
Let me introduce you to the team.
From a
This guy here
past
wants into the
perspective.
tournament so bad, I let him on the team. His memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say hi.
And he looks like he'll fit in, like I said. He's rocking the same
hi,
yellow,
guys.
blue aesthetic as you guys
So
are.
what's our goal?
To do our best! Nope, we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory! To win every match, defeat every opposing team.
To crush the
Crystal Cup
competition.
back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Yes, yes. Ignore them. Well, kind of a warm welcome from the team. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that, bud. Let's go ahead and talk to the girl.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner! You're a bad man!
Lady Yuna, be careful.
But it was really my fault to begin with.
First of all, that's not true. Secondly, what? Be careful?
I'm
What?
Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Yeah, and I also don't know
Oh,
how you
no.
helped.
I was overconfident.
And very, very gentle and kind. Appreciate
I
that.
saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
Just nod and say yes, Tidus. That would be my approach in this new world.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Like everyone knows more than me. Is that a high five or is that a
You
goodbye?
can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah?
Hey, Waka.
Don't get no ideas.
No promises there, big guy.
I had to say
Hey,
yes.
but what if she, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had
I'm
a
pretty
bed made
confident
for
about
you.
that. I'll take your word for it. Nothing will ever happen. Well,
Stay away from the summoner!
more than we try to talk to the beautiful summoner, Yuna, we're told to stay away. So, we talk to the Besaid Aurochs, but they're just going to tell you to get some rest.
Ready for bed?
Yeah.
Good. Sleep tight.
I think that we're in the Crusaders Lodge, I would assume. That NPC looks familiar. She's like the receptionist to the Crusaders. You know, every large establishment, even military, needs a receptionist. Another dream sequence.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
To be honest, I don't know what all this means.
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Although dreams are like that. You don't know what the hell they're supposed to mean. Oh, hey, Rico.
You said you'd go with me!
What are you
Oh,
doing,
hey,
Titus?
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
He did?
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming!
This is ironically so much like my dreams.
You can't even catch a ball! Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
Ironically, kind of reminds me of my dad.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly. I hate you!
Yes.
Huh?
That's the spirit.
Cheer him on.
You can do it.
Push him down. Make him feel lower than he already does.
He's dead, okay? Dead.
God. What transition is that? Who is that? Who's speaking?
He does look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu.
Are they talking about Titus?
You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Okay, they're talking about Titus.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but...
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
Whatever the case may be, you were really paying attention there. Something about Chapu, Titus. Some sort of similarities. And that girl is pissed about it.
What? Scary. So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. He looked like you.
He's
How
dead?
much like me?
He was with the Crusaders when they fought Sin last year. He didn't make it. I first heard on the day of the tournament.
Oh, so that's why.
Oh, jeez, man.
I
So what
became
why
a
you
guardian
lost?
to fight Sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea. I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
We're
Don't
using each
worry.
other.
I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
He is the closest thing you can call a
Stop.
friend right
You're
now.
embarrassing me.
Good to see a little bit of hope here for Titus. Well, just about at time here. Gonna save up. Catch you guys next time.